Welcome back to Mega Man 3 Minimum A Presses. Last episode we tackled Top Man in 10 A Presses. This episode we're going to be going to Shadow Man stages. Shadow Man stage is actually very unique in Mega Man 3 Minimum A Presses. You'll see why in just a second. It takes no A presses to fall through any of these screens since they're all vertical. If you fall here, then this segment will also take 0 A presses. We can use Rush Jet to skip this small gap as well as remove this enemy from our path. We have to fight Proto Man in this room, but thankfully he is not that difficult. Hard Knuckle can take him in 7 hits, but it's difficult to hit him without jumping. It's actually much more efficient to simply turbo fire needles or buster shots. We're still not required to press A as we can simply board Rush Jet here. I killed many enemies in this segment in order to hope for weapon energy drops, as these will be required later. Parts of this are also possible with Rush Coil, since we've run out of jet energy. Since we cannot see what we're doing, we're going to wait for this enemy to pass. And with that segment of the stage has also been done without pressing A single time. We want to get rid of this Mecha Hero by simply scrolling it off screen. Now for the most unfortunate part about this stage, we must grind for weapon energy here. Only by moving to the very edge of this platform and back can we get the Mecha Hero to spawn again. This aggravating process must be repeated until we have full weapon energy for Rush Jet, as we need it to pass the rest of the stage without pressing A. All this agony will be worth it in the end, fortunately. If you have terrible luck like I do, this process will take you ages. We're almost there. One more bar left. Finally, after 76 years of filling Rush Jet, we can finally ride it through the remainder of the stage. It's preferable to collect weapon energy from these enemies. Unfortunately, we must now grind for weapon energy again. This enemy does not return. As a result of that enemy not respawning, we must obtain weapon energy from them while flying. This can be somewhat difficult, and once again, relies mostly on luck. If you stop just a bit short of that ledge, you will need to replay this section. Finally, if an enemy decides to drop weapon energy, you will at least have a chance to grind for slightly more rush energy at the end of the stage. From here we can grind on these Yambaos to finally finish the last stretch. I believe it is possible to make it with 6. No. You need 8 weapon energy to pass this gap. Back to grinding. That's 8. Let's see if this is enough. And finally, after many eons of grinding on enemies in Shadowman stage, we have gotten through the entire experience with 0 A presses. To beat Shadowman before he kills us, we must abuse a glitch with Rush Coil wherein we can transform Rush Coil bullets into other weapons bullets. If we place Rush Coil down and begin shooting, and pause and switch to another weapon while the bullets are still on stage, those bullets will inherit the properties of whatever weapon we switch to. Thus, we can use this glitch to shoot top spins at Shadowman. They also have terrible hitboxes for some strange reason. This is also difficult to do, however, as Shadowman constantly moves towards you. Sometimes the shots also pass straight through him. We can sometimes use the dodge buffering that I showcased it on Needleman's fight to avoid Shadow Blades as well, but this is less efficient. Too often Shadowman will corner you simply because of how his fight works. However, if you can get in just the right amount of shots, alternatively, Hard Knuckle can be used, as it is the only other weapon that deals 2 damage to him, but this only works if you have more health than I do. This can take a while. Sometimes the shots will pass right through him, as you've seen happen many times. Too often the shots simply pass through him. I don't think I've ever seen this many shots fail with this method. Finally, one of the shots hits. I'm going to be using some slowdown here in order to make this hit easier to pull off. If it doesn't just go straight through, that is. Seems like it's not cooperating. Hard knuckle. And that, after many eons, is Shadow Man stage in 008 presses. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Mega Man 3 A press videos.